Hi guys, the Metal Maniac back again. Today I'm going to be ranking all 8 DragonForce albums. And this is going to be an interesting video because from what I've seen, there hasn't been any ranking videos of the DragonForce album, so I guess this will be the first. Before I get into the ranking, I just want to say that I own all but 2 of them. I don't own Valley of the Damned and Ultra Beatdown, but I have listened to them, so yeah. First off, number 8, the worst DragonForce album, one of the ones I don't own, Ultra Beatdown. I had this on iTunes, and the album I listened to at least a few times just to get a feel of it, and yeah, it's bad. It's Ultra Beatdown is the last of the ZP Theater era DragonForce albums, and yeah, you could tell like at least ZP Theater, like you could tell he was just done. You could tell he just didn't want to do it anymore. And there's a lot of it's long, but it's a long album, but not in the way you would think. There's a bunch of songs, but they're relatively short, but they seem long because they're bad and they just drag on and on. Not in like the sense that they're a long song, but they're so bad that they feel like listening to them feels like an eternity to get through. Um, and another thing about the album is that throughout certain songs, there's this weird and just annoying digitized sound effect. Like they digitized ZP Theor's voice in certain songs and certain sections of the songs, and it's just so annoying. But yeah, number 8, worst DragonForce album, Ultra Beatdown. Number 7 is Reaching into Infinity. This was an extremely disappointing album. I remember the hype for this album back in, when was this again? It's such a forgettable album, I don't even remember when this was released. I believe it was 2014. I'm sorry, it was notification. Um, anyway, I believe this is 2014, but I'm not, wait, no, 2017. Um, yeah, this was just a forgettable album. I think the main reason why this album sucks is, well, 2 main reasons. One, every single song is forgettable and boring. Some songs start out with a promising intro, but then just don't go anywhere. And I originally was kind of hyped for this album because there was a cover of Evil Dead, the song originally by the band Death, and so I was hyped. I was really hyped, but it turned out it was bad. Like, why would a power metal band do a cover of a song from a death metal band? It makes no sense. Like, at least if a band's gonna do a cover, it should be a cover from the same genre or subgenre or whatever. But yeah, disappointing. There are 13 tracks, and all of them suck. Um, no wait, 13. Oh yeah, there's no. That's the DVD. Never mind. There are more tracks, but this is the bonus DVD. Um, so overall, this one, bad. It's not as bad as Ultra Beatdown. It's still pretty bad. Number 8, 7. Number 6 would be the other one I don't own, Valley of the Damned. That one is a good album, but it's just not my cup of tea. I do think it's a good album, though. Just not really my style. Don't really have much to say other than not my thing. Number 8, number 5. Yeah, number 5 is Power Within. Now, This one is the first album to feature the newest singer, Mark Hudson, and he does a pretty damn good job on this album. I wouldn't say it's his best on this album, but he does a good job. Actually, this version that I have is the repowered within. It's the remastered, remixed version, which I do think is better than the original version. Um, the original version, I believe, came out in 2007. I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure that's when it came out. Um, this has some really memorable songs like "Fallen World," "Cry Thunder," "Give Me the Night," "Seasons," which is one of my favorite DragonForce songs. Um, "Heart of the Storm," uh, "Die by the Sword." That's interesting. I thought that was a Slayer song. Mm-mm, I don't know. Um, and yeah, it's pretty good. There are some other songs that I did mention that I won't mention just because they're very forgettable. But the songs that I did mention, I really like a lot. So they're pretty good, but unfortunately, this can't stand up to the rest of the albums that ranked higher than this. Yeah, so this is number 6. Number 5. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Give me a second. Looking through these. Oh, wait. No, sorry. Number 4, actually. I miscounted. Um, Number 4 is Sonic Firestorm. This is the second album, canonically, chronologically, whatever. But in the US, it didn't come out until 2010. So, which is odd because this was supposed to, I guess, technically speaking, this is the second album, but it didn't, in these states, it didn't come out until after Inhuman Rampage. I don't know what happened. But this one surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna like this one as much as I do, mainly because of the bad experiences with Valley of the Damned and Ultra Beatdown. I just didn't think this was gonna be a good album, but I was surprised. Um, there's a few songs on here that I really, really like. Let's see. Above the Winter Moonlight, Soldiers of the Wasteland, Prepare for War, and then the best song on the album is not even in the main track list. It's a bonus track. Pride of the Brave. By God, the catchiest DragonForce song ever. Love it. I would say this is, in my opinion, is the only one of two ZP Theart albums that are legitimately good albums. But yeah, number 4. Sorry for if I miscounted earlier. Um, Number 3. Obviously, this was going to be high because this is a great album. Yeah, Maximum Overload is. It was not hard to place this at number 3 because from the very first moment I heard the game, the very first song on the album, I'm like, whoa, this is something that is just up there in some of my favorite albums of all time. Like, I didn't even need to second guess my high regards for this album. Um, let's see. But yeah, the first half of this album is great. The second half, it's alright. I mean, the game, that song's great. Tomorrow's Kings, pretty catchy. Let's see. I'd say probably the songs that really make this album for me are The Three Hammers, Symphony of Night, The Sun is Dead, and Extraction Zone. There's some bonus tracks, but they're not really memorable. Yeah, sorry, indigestion. But yeah, I know. I'm just kind of speechless right now, just because I can't put into words very well how much I love this album. Not that I love it so much as my number one, but I still really love it. Um, Next up, number two. Of course, this had to be really high up on the list. Inhuman Rampage. Such a classic album, and it's a classic for a reason. Um, Although I will say this, the artwork is pretty dull. I wish it was. I wish they um, kept the version from the special edition that had like more of an orangey sort of background. That was actually kind of interesting. Yeah, but not so great album artwork aside, the stuff contained in this album is stuff of legend. I mean, of course, everyone knows Through the Fire and Flames, which is their most popular song, and it's because of Guitar Hero. Yeah, who would imagine that a band got popular from a video game? But yeah, Through the Fire and the Flames, awesome. I mean, uh, what other ones? Oh yeah, Cry for Eternity, The Flame of Youth, Trial of Broken Hearts. Sorry. Um, Body Breakdown. I mean, I could go on and on about how great this album is and how legendary it is in their discography. But I have to move on to number one. Number one is their newest album, Extreme Power Metal. This is really weird because I before before I listened to this, I wouldn't have thought that it would be possible for a band to release a very new album and have it be their best. Weird. But yeah, everything is perfect about this album, from the awesome retro cover art to the great retro sort of styled songs to awesome music videos that go with some of these songs. I mean, you can't go wrong with this album. If you haven't listened to DragonForce yet, definitely start off with Extreme Power Metal. Um, but yeah, that's my ranking of all 8 DragonForce albums. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.